Happy New Year. I'm BC. It's New Year's Eve 2023, and we're just doing a tour of Spirit Cars, starting with Robin. We have been patiently waiting for transmission and a couple parts for this car to finish it up, but that's nothing compared to the patience of Robin. So this car is going to come with a trophy when we get it done. It's going to have the Patience of the Century trophy. I'll just make sure we get one of them and put it with it. But it's a 23. I don't know if the light will do the justice on the color, but this is a really cool, basically a tri-coat blue. Awesome color. Old school, a lot of old school pinstripes on it. You can kind of see that. Already got the car wired and basically put together. Interior's made. We'll glue the carpet in last thing after we get it bolted down, but you can see some of the old school pinstriping. This car is so close, but yet so far. I mean, the suspension's all done, brakes are run. Here's a transmission cooler, Robin, if you're watching. We put this one underneath, and the T-Bucket that you have may not have one of those. If not, you can put a trans cooler in front of the radiator. That may be why you're having transmission issues on your existing bucket after it gets warm. Nice chrome front end. It's all ready to go. So we'll just do a quick tour of Spirit. I'm up here. I'm still moving the parts department from Spirit Cars up to Trinity. So we're here. Here's a quick look in. This is like kind of a storage area for interior parts. So we got some of the interiors at some of the cars that are done. They're just kind of stored in here. And of course, it's a Robin's car. And we're going to actually go ahead and finish building this one up here because I've got Trinity already stacked to the gills with the cars. And this is a good place. All we got to do is finish painting up. It gets a trailer. I think I'll show you the trailer a little later in the video. I think I have access to where they're stacked up. So this is Bill's car. And we already got his motor and stuff here. It's about ready to go. I hate to even work on this without getting Robin's car done, but I got to get the guys on what we got parts for. I'm not sure if we got the drive shaft and all that for it yet, but it's pretty close. Don't have the wiring in it yet, but the wiring kit has been built. I might have done a video on that. It's over. Eddie put that together. So we bench build the wiring loom. Even though it comes in a loom, we get it set up to fit our car just right. This is Joe's car. Eddie's been working on it. He's fitting the seats in here, and he had to extend that shifter up off the floor a little bit to make it work right. I mean, it was just too low to really grab, but that's looking good. So he's going to work on wiring this next and putting the motor together. This has got some pretty cool parts here. Sniper EFI, and we'll just go over this one as we're building it, but it's going to be a pretty cool car. This one here is Lawrence's car. My goodness, he's from Canada. We got to ship this to Canada. It's ready to go. I think it would be easier to ship something into China than it would be to Canada. Unbelievable. I thought they were our friendly northern neighbors. It's like what happened to NAFTA and going back and forth. I guess you got to be connected to do it. But sending a car up there, what a joke. So we're working on customs to get this up there. So we're working on that now. Oh, I just noticed a sparkly wheel. Man, that's cool. How did I not see that before? But this car is ready to go up there. He's going to put the motor and all that in himself, but there it is. It's looking pretty good. And we had to wait a while had it all ready, but these lower steering arms with a 6-inch drop axle need to be a little different. And we get them from Super Bell. They didn't have any. They had to have them made, and then we had to get them. We had to bend them to the right size that we needed, and then we needed to send them out and get them chromed, and now they're back, and now they're on, and that car's ready to go. Here's another one, a rolling chassis that we painted. It goes to Canada too, so now we're working on trying to get that to Canada, over the border, make everybody happy. This is Daniel's car. Sometimes it don't look like you did a lot when you basically just block sand, fit, block sand, get it ready. But this thing has been primed and blocked and everything pre-fitted. So it is basically ready for paint. So this one is not too far from rounding the corner and going to the end of just clean work and cleanup. This is something we have. This is actually a stock car. I'm gonna put some spindles on it, but this is a Model A sedan. It's got a 9-inch rear end underneath of it. Got a stainless steel 4-bar setup on the front. We'll put the spindles and the brakes on it. And this one will be for sale, and it will be available like quick. I just haven't put the priority into getting it done. We had so many other cars. Model A, ready to go into the body shop. This is Mike's car. We've been working on it for a while. We did get it fired up, so now it's time to move ahead and get it not just fired up, but running and tighten up some things. And we're going to put a one-piece, turn the existing metal hood into a one-piece hood. So that's next on the project list for this one. This car, this is Brad's car. It has kicked our butt. Nice car, runs good. Had it test drove it a few times. Everything's looking good on it. I mean, when we put the hood on, it's got a one-piece hood that opens. But we keep finding little minor things. Putting this motor in here, the modern Hemi, has been a challenge. From the AC compressor right there, that's a GM compressor because we couldn't fit the Chrysler one in there, to the bore on the slave cylinder for the clutch. It's got a 5-speed in there. So the latest was the heat sensor, the computer talking to the fan and not keeping it cool enough once it was shut off to restart it. So now we're working on that. So once we get that fixed, it's done. And it can go home. A little dusty now. I can't wait to do a final video on this and drive it. This is really a beautiful car. But man, it has kicked our butts. Over here we got, let's do a quick walkthrough kind of fabrication for the chassis. This is a Model A on the jig right here. These are our jigs for the 23 and the 27, and it's a Model A, but we take and put these are 32 rails, so that you can put like a 32 tank hanging off the back of a Model A. This goes to Barron College. This is our 32 jig. Not sure whose frame that is, and here's a couple more frames. These are 34 frames. Yeah, that looks like they're both 34 frames. So they go to somebody, I don't know who offhand. Oh, this one here, okay, so we've got a 34. This is for Sean. Body's all done. Patiently waiting for its chassis to sit on and we can go home. You can kind of see it's all done in there. It already has an interior. We put a metal framework in, and then when Eddie does an interior, he put the wood framework for that to bolt to, or to pin into. So it's ready for that. So this one's ready to go. And we've got his chassis over here. Finally got some of the parts for the front end. This is a little different than a lot of them. So this is a radius rod front end on a 34. Got the front end put on. I-beam drop axle. Disc brakes and everything. Gets power brakes on it. Waiting for 9-inch rear ends. I don't know, at least the slow boat from China has arrived at port. Now that we're waiting for, they're coming from California. So I believe we're going to start doing our own housings here in rear ends. We just need to. These are our jigs for building the frame rails. So we start by building flat stock and 4 pieces, and you can kind of see this is a 34 rail. We tack them in all 4 corners. And we do that on this jig, these jigs over here. And then we take them over, once the frame rails are built, we take them over to the jigs that you were just looking at. This is Nick's car. I think we're waiting on Nick a little bit on this one. We got to get that motor. It's over at the motor builders. It's been there for quite a while. It's getting an actual 327 in it. And it's a Milner car. It's gonna be a Milner clone. So it's been basically everything pre-fitted. It's got a 4-speed in it, 5-speed, but the clutch is in it. I showed some videos of this. I'll probably do one more video when we get it totally set up, and then edit all those videos together so you can see us installing the 4-speed. Some pretty good information there. A lot of Model A's to get done. This is Arnie's car, ready to go into paint. It's gonna be a true metal flake. And Happy New Year. We even got Ed down here on New Year's. Not New Year's Day, this is like New Year's Eve. Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You wanna show them what you're doing?
Yeah.
This is pretty awesome here.
Yeah.
So we got a Model A. We got some old rock and roll going on in the background.
I'll turn that down.
So for anybody that's got a Spirit car, you see the magic hidden latch down there? Yeah, we like that. That's kind of our design. But you kind of hide the door handle down there, and then here's the door handle up here. You just put a pin on it.
Yep.
Ready? You got the door topper for it?
Yep.
Windows go straight down on these.
If you ask me, better than originals.
It is better than original. I've done some originals. So that just goes on top of it. Once you slide your window in down from the top, easy. And then you just put this topper on it. It all gets the felting in it. Got the deck lid on. So this is somebody's car gonna go home quick. Pretty quick. It'll be done today?
Wednesday by lunch.
Okay.
Monday I'm off.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's up to you. I wouldn't have expected to see you here today. But we got lots of cars.
I'm gonna work Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be here Monday.
All right, well, I won't tell you not to. Got a couple 23s getting done, ready. Here's our Model A. This goes to Barron something College. It's a Model A Roadster. It's done. I'm liking it. I'm liking this car. I think we're gonna sell a lot of these if we ever get them advertised and tell people we got them. It's a cool looking car. Got a sedan. I thought we were just gonna knock out big cars. So I get on here and I kind of figure out what we got going on, what we got where. So all right, we're gonna knock out big cars. I got 2 sets of power windows. I'm thinking, oh, okay, we'll just order more power windows. There is not any power windows to be had in the country. Supply chain. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't buy it retail from somebody else, not the windows that we have. So that slow boat has landed. They promised me that they were gonna be in actually last week. I didn't get it ordered, so I'll get those ordered Tuesday. And hopefully we get them coming from California. And they should be here, but I got a bunch of power windows coming. This is one of those rooms that could be scary. So since I've been back, we had this whole spray booth here. I turned it into a sandblasting room. It's awesome to have your own sandblasting room. And this has been kind of storage for molds and parts and stuff. When we first moved out here, this was kind of the body shop area, and we did the fiberglass work in this area over here. But since we've got another building and moved the fiberglass to another one. But I come back, and we had a bit of a glitch. I guess it's our paperwork on the work orders, but the Model A's, the 32 or the 2829 and the 3031 have the same doors. So when you send the paperwork, they call them 2829 doors. They call them 2829 deck lid. If you don't look down to the bottom of the list to look at the body being a 3031, you build a 2829. So we built a 2829, a 2829. You look over there, there's another 2829. I've got lots of 2829s that have no owners. So they're available. There's another sedan that's available. That's a one that's got a little different floor that I did years ago. But all of this stuff is going to be moved out of here soon. And I will show you where we're moving it to. So if you're wanting a 2829, especially a DIY car, there they are available. But I've got all the 3031s rebuilt in the fiberglass shop. They're up here. And now it's a matter of just figuring out my windows. I don't know what your feelings are for electric cars, but I like to troll Elon Musk. just a really smart guy. And just look at what he does. When he put Tesla together, he would have gladly bought parts from other people, but he couldn't get them. So since he couldn't get them, he had to fix the supply chain by building everything himself. So I'm moving to the point where that's what we're going to be doing. I got a Plas table here. We've had this one for a while. When we first started the company, I would have killed to have a Plas table. And we got a second Plas table, which is nice. We got different stuff programmed on that. And now we've got a CNC water jet. Man, so for a minute I thought, now I got even an extra Plas table that doesn't do what I want. I don't need it, it's on my way. But we're gonna extend this and use it for just a couple frame rail parts. That's all we'll use it for. And it'll work. So we're gonna work on our own supply chain issues here. We use a lot of S10 10-bolt rear ends. They're just getting really hard to find. I mean, really hard to find. The 9-inch, I've got ordered for 9-inch rear ends for a while now. And that's simple. Unfortunately, I can get the housing from China. And we'll build our own tubes. So I think what we're gonna do, this is a 9-inch that's been sitting here. We're gonna go ahead and, we put the brackets on it anyway, so we'll make the flanges, we'll make the brakes, we'll make all the brackets. We'll weld the tube on. We're gonna get axles made that'll got longer splines so we can just cut it to the size we need. And I believe we're gonna go into the 9-inch Ford rear end business. So that's kind of one of the plans. We got just some more cars. I've been cleaning this area out. This is a car getting ready to be shipped. Model A frame ready to go. I don't know why we've got it's like a 32 frame sitting here. Probably ready to mock up, but this is kind of some of our rear ends that are ready to go. But normally we would have 20, 30, 50 10-bolt Chevy rear ends out back. We just cannot find them, so it's becoming an issue. This was my parts room. Been moving parts. This is now going to be, we're going to store the big molds in here. And right now we're kind of putting things together for shipping. These are all coming together and we're putting the parts for them for shipping. Like, we got the motors still, some of them up here and some of them down there, but this is going to be a new area for our molds. And then I can pull molds from here into the body shop for mold repair. So we'll put all the big molds in here and that's gonna work out for us. So I've been cleaning this out. Looks like Ed shut my light off back here, but this was that room we were just in with the sandblaster. I was gonna show you some Mullins trailers. Here's one of the Mullins trailers we have. This is an old trailer that I don't know if we took it back or that's painted, but we used to do black years ago, and this is a white one. One of these belongs to Kyle, or Kurt, I mean. No, Kyle. Kurt. One belongs to Kurt and one belongs to Robin. I'm not sure which is which. Oh, here we've got a 32 Roadster. We have never marketed the 32 Roadster. That's the first one we've ever pulled out of the mold. So I have a mold for that. I've had the mold for several years. Another Model A, but this is that room we were in before. So we're cleaning this out, putting a lot of that into here, having our sandblasting booth ready to go. About all that's left to move from here up to shipping is kind of the counter where we had the computer and everything to do the paperwork and kind of the tape and all those racks. So that's getting ready to move up there, and we will get it done. So that's kind of the year-end update. Really looking forward to 2024. There's a lot of opportunities, and we are going to take advantage of everyone that we can find. No more excuses for, oh, we got the flu. No more excuses for supply chain. If someone else doesn't get us supplied, we will fill the gap, and we will supply whoever needs the product. And it's not going to happen immediately, but we're moving towards those goals, and we're just going to get it done. We're hot rodders. So I'm looking forward to an exciting year. We've been blessed. I've been blessed my whole life. It's not about the stuff we have. It's about the relationship we have with our Creator ultimately. This is all temporary here anyway, but I'm created in the Creator's image. That makes me creative. He didn't build junk, so why should we? So I hope y'all have a blessed year. Happy New Year. And that is the final video of 2023.